Hi everybody on TikTok and YouTube. I wanted to make another live stream video about the starch solution and the things that I've learned from the starch solution book, but instead I decided that there is so much information, I'm just going to do it in little clips. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I learned about certain things, and then I'll stop it and then I'll replay it again in another clip, and well, you'll get the drift when I do it. One of the things I can attest to is that I probably never would have eaten any type of animal flesh had I not tasted it the way Mom prepared it or Grandma prepared it, with lots of salt and sauces and flavorings. Meat itself is very bland, and I don't think I would have liked it very much. So I definitely would not have gotten my protein from there, even if I could have, even if I wasn't whole food plant-based. When I was on Atkins and the keto diet, I was consuming way more protein than I even needed. Probably like 200 to 400 grams of protein per day, when really the requirement is about 40 to 60 grams. I'm also going to answer your question of where do I get my protein by kind of asking you a question. Where do people that subsist on a totally whole food plant-based diet get their protein from? Like people over in other countries that have never touched any type of animal product or put it into their bodies. They're subsisting basically on potatoes and yams and things like that, yet they're not protein deficient. In fact, protein deficiency isn't even a thing. I guess I'd also have to ask you where America's or the world's largest animals, such as elephants and giraffes and bovine or cows, get their protein from. Basically, the plants they eat. Where do I get my protein from? Well, the body breaks down the amino acids that I eat from the plant sources that I eat and turns it into proteins, which builds my cells. Where do I get my proteins? From lots of plants. I found it super interesting when I was reading Dr. McDougall's book that most of the proof that we need protein from animal sources came from experiments done on rats, which their bodies don't even hardly resemble my body. So just because the rats needed a certain amount of protein, does that really mean I do? I think not. Let me be totally clear to you where I'm getting my protein from, though. Corn. In 3,000 calories of each of these foods I'm going to list, I'm going to tell you exactly how much protein I get. 109 grams of protein. Brown rice, 64 grams of protein. Oatmeal, 108 grams of protein. Wheat flour, which I don't really eat a lot of that, but when I do, 120 grams of protein. White beans, 198 grams of protein. Potatoes, 82 grams of protein. Sweet potatoes, 45 grams of protein. Asparagus, 330 grams of protein. That's a lot. Broccoli, 338 grams of protein. I definitely love my broccoli. Tomatoes, 150 grams of protein. Pumpkin, 115 grams of protein. And then all the rest of it, I don't eat. Beef, eggs, milk, I don't eat them because they're way too high in protein for me. And most of these other vegetables I don't even eat on a regular basis, but I eat a variety of vegetables, so I get plenty of protein. And as a human being of the human species, my body can absorb and synthesize all of the amino acids that it needs to construct complete protein chains from the plant sources that I eat. In fact, some of the healthiest humans ever living in Loma Linda, California, Seventh-day Adventists, ate no kind of animal food, animal bodies, animal flesh whatsoever, and they were the healthiest and lived the longest in the entire United States without eating any meat or animal flesh or animal products. Unfortunately, for many years, I was lied to by different communities, such as the medical community, the FDA, and other people that were saying, well, yes, plants are great, and you should have a salad, and you should have your vegetables, but it's also necessary to get a good source of protein from meat and fish and eggs. All the while, my cholesterol is going up. I'm obese. I'm having trouble losing weight. Amazingly, since I stopped eating all that stuff, voila! I'm actually in better health than I've been in years. And while I'm at it, I got to share this story with you guys, okay? So there was a situation of 11 children, Peruvian children, so children from Peru, that were basically 8 months to 35 months old. They were recovering from malnutrition, and they were given a diet of potatoes, a little bit of soybeans and cottonseed oils and simple sugars and stuff too, some vitamins and minerals, but mostly potatoes. And this potato diet literally saved their life and reversed their malnutrition. So are potatoes enough to live on? Yeah. Study the potato diet. Now, I couldn't stick to that because I like variety, so I got to have my green leafies and my other veggies and my fruits and things like that. But a diet in potatoes is sufficient in protein to reverse malnutrition in children, little children, 8 months to 35 months old. Now, I said earlier that this protein deficiency does not exist. What I meant was, it does not exist in the United States, except if you are starving, which means you're not getting enough calories. I'm getting more than enough calories on most days if I'm not careful, so trust me, I'm not in danger of protein deficiency. I am going to read a little quick excerpt from McDougall's book that I found very interesting. Why is it that we think that we need to eat poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy products to get our protein? And we steer towards those things, and we think it somehow makes us superior to other nations. Is it because we confer with a higher social status on those who indulge in meat? Do we consume meat as a way to elevate ourselves? To separate ourselves from populations that it turns out may be a lot more fortunate than us by enjoying the indigenous plant foods that surround them? Is it because high protein food reap high profits because billboards and television advertisements and the best-selling books say it is so? I studied subliminal advertising back in high school. I learned a long time ago how advertisers use marketing schemes and manipulation to get us to think one way or another. Milk, it does the body good. Eggs are great for your health. Pork, the other white meat, or chicken, the other white meat. And then there were pork advertisements and stuff. I stopped falling for that stuff a long time ago. I started doing what I believed would do my body good, which meant getting in better health, shedding pounds, and reversing my health damages and improving my health markers. So how do I get my protein? From beans, from legumes, from green leafy vegetables, from tofu once in a while, from edamame, soybeans, from, soy yogurt, soy milk, rice milk, rice itself, brown rice, white rice. There's so many ways, so many different legumes and ways you can get protein, delicious ways you can make protein. Did you know about red bean ice cream, or black bean brownies, and black bean brownie bites, and black bean donuts? Yes, it's true. You can get protein from many different sources. I don't miss eating animals. I don't miss knowing that I have any part in contributing to the harm of animals. I'm one less person that they need to prepare any animal for a slaughterhouse for. And I'm very thankful and grateful for that. There's no turning back now. You won't find me ever turning back. I just don't miss this stuff. And anything that I did eat before, the reason I ate it was because of the flavor of it. And that's because we flavor things. I can flavor rice. I can flavor beans. I can flavor all kinds of things. And in fact, nowadays, we live in a society that makes faux meat. So if I really miss it, I can get some crumbles or some, whatever that stuff is called, seitan meat, whatever. I just don't miss it. Anyway, so that's how I get my protein. And I hope you'll consider the fact that you're being lied to right now by lots of different organizations, all in the name of the almighty dollar. So this wonderful health information was brought to you by somebody that really genuinely cares, not only about you, but about the animal population and our planet. Have a blessed day, and I will talk to you soon when I share with you, how do I get my calcium?